Hello YouTube. Guess what? We're back with another knife opinion. And what do we have here? It's a ZT knife. It's a zero tolerance 400 scavenger model. I would say it's straight. It's a tactical knife. It's really great design. Really zero tolerance, no blade play, nothing rattles, perfectly built. Now, let's talk about this knife. It's a very special knife to me. It's one of the folders I can definitely trust. Uh, on the front side of the scales, there's a TrackTech inserts. I believe it's called TrackTech. It feels like a stiff rubber, very textured, with nice grip. And on the other side, there's nothing. It's just plain aluminium for easy taking out and sticking back to your pocket. I love this. I've removed the G10, for example, on my Kershaw groove on this side, also because the ease of taking out of your pocket. Now the knife features assisted opening, so it means you just slightly press the thumb stud or the flipper and the knife will handle the rest. The speed is awesome and is followed by a really nice click of this beautiful thick liner. It really gives you feel of sturdiness, and this one is one of the weaker ZTs out there. So uh, to be honest, I don't see how any knife can be better than this. Uh, Sometimes the liner, yeah, it's great. It gives you a really nice strength and sturdiness. However, I wish that this inner side of the liner would be smoothed a little bit, because it's quite sharp and it's okay when you use the knife, seldom. But I do open and close my knife really frequently during the day, many times. And sometimes when I really use the knife, it happens to me that when I got back home in the evening, then I got a sore finger from the sharp liner lock. So I'd like to see it a little bit smooth. But for a knife of this, purpose of use, I can understand that it's a knife that probably was designed to be used as yeah, a law enforcement people companion. I mean, soldiers, policemen, detectives, uh, maybe for people that can get into critical situations, for people making adrenaline sports, making hiking, or stuff like that. And you wouldn't expect those people to use that blade very often. I mean, they used to cut it, for example, 3 times a day. I use it 20 times per day, maybe. That's one point. Let's move on to the blade. I think that's what's on the most interest for you guys. The blade is made of S30V steel, so it's a premium grade steel. Yeah, it's my only knife in S30V, and I have to say, uh, I was a little bit disappointed with the rust resistance. I'm not sure if it's just mine piece or if it's every ZT or if it's every S30V. But mine has developed some staining rust, some staining spots on the blade, even though it's coated with the DLC. So I was really surprised by that. I'm not sure if you can see the staining spots down here on the blade. Maybe yes. And even on this side. And I'm not able to get rid of these. I'm sure these were not on the blade when I got the knife. It developed during use, and that's where I'm really pissed off. I don't like this. I got some staining spots on my other blades, on my 8CR13 or also 8 steels, but those are set and finished blades, and I was able to remove it. Not on this one. I can't get rid of it. In fact, it's nothing terrible that affects the function of the knife. It still cuts well. Uh, so let's move on. We can check the blade is pretty thick, and especially the tip is very strong. I really don't feel worried about breaking it. It's really an awesome design blade. It's very complicated. You can see many lines on the blade, on the tip, but this is what I call a perfect fighting folder. It's a really awesome blade. I mean, the penetration force of these tip, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I have tried it uh, at work, trying penetrating the cardboard, and it was a child's play. So now let's move on to geometry of the blade, which is, yeah, it's made for the purposes of a tactical knife. So um, uh, the shape, the blade is curved, which yeah, it's great for the stabbing, penetrating power, so on. It's not ideal for an EDC cutting, and also this point where the tip is stronger makes some difficulties during a common EDC cutting tasks, because you know what, when you're cutting with a standard shape blade like this, and you're cutting for example on a cutting board, so you cut like this and this, and you are cutting with maybe the belly of the knife, which is really nice. However, with the ZT knife, if you're cutting like this or this, then the point of the blade which gets in contact with the cutting board is just the tip. And to be honest, the tip is very strong, very thick. You can see it's very strong in here, and it just don't slices nicely through the material. There are definitely a lot better slicers than this. I know it's not the purpose of use for this knife, but when you're using as an ADC, you might get in a situation where you need to cut cardboard, cut maybe food or anything. Now to understand, you surely can cut it with this knife and it will perform very good, but it's not the best knife for these tasks. The purpose of use for this blade is, I would say, mainly cutting ropes, plastic stripes, wood, some branches, and maybe in emergency situations, fighting. Yeah, so this is really a really great knife for that. Otherwise, the construction is a see-through. It's a pretty lightweight knife, and I was really surprised by the lightweight of the knife. Uh, One more thing I like, it's because of see-through construction with no backspacer. You can attach lanyard just to just one of the scales. You don't need to pull the lanyard through both holes and make a big ugly, you know, tie for the paracord. You can attach it just to the one side, and I like it very much. Together with the paracord, I think it's really nice looking, fancy, aggressive, cool knife. Super cool knife, maybe. Yeah, so I like it. This is a very good knife that gets into my pocket every time I expect uh, situations, critical situations that may occur. So, thank you for watching and feel free to post comments. Bye.